Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at probably one of the strongest cards ever printed in the Pokemon TCG format, in the Pokemon trading card game. It is Eternatus VMAX. Eternatus VMAX is extremely powerful. The ability Eternal Zone makes it so that we can have up to 9 dark Pokemon in play, including the active and the attack Dread End for just 2 energies, a dark and a colorless. This attack does 30 damage for each of your dark Pokemon in play. That means you can hit up to 270 damage because you have 8 benched dark Pokemon. You can have up to 8 benched Pokemon and 1 dark Pokemon in the active, and for that reason, Eternatus VMAX has a lot of HP. 340 HP is really high, even for a VMAX. Its stats are super good, and it's just a very powerful card. However, Eternatus VMAX hasn't been seeing that much success in the recent online tournaments. However, I played a couple of games around with a poison list, made a couple of edits and changes, and this is the final result. I don't think this is the perfect list quite yet, but I think this list is pretty far progressed and will do well in the meta. So that's why I'm going to share it here today. So the general idea behind this specific deck list, you have 2 types of Eternatus builds. You have the consistent Zigzagoon ping one, where you utilize Zigzagoon pings to be able to reach KOs on things like ADP. However, in this end, it's a lot more consistent in getting out that turn 2 270 damage. However, in this build, sort of less consistent, but it allows you to be able to one-hit KO any VMAX, which I definitely like. The general idea is to use Galarian Slowbro's Rapid Fire Poison ability. Once during your turn, if Galarian Slowbro V is in the active spot, you can make your opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. And we combine that with Toxicroak's more poison ability. Put 2 more damage counters on your opponent's poison Pokemon during Pokemon checkup. Meaning, if we have let's say 3 Toxicroaks in play, we can poison our opponents, and then poison is doing 70 damage. We can hit them with Eternatus VMAX's Dread End, hitting them for 270. 270 plus 70 damage is 340 damage, and that's enough to KO any VMAX in the game right now if they don't have any additional health buffs or anything like that. And I've seen some poison lists playing 3-3 or 4-3 lines of Croagunk and Toxicroak. I personally disagree with those decisions because Lucario and LucMetal is becoming progressively more popular over these past few days regarding online tournaments, and for that reason, we need 4-4 Toxicroak lines more than ever. If Lucario and LucMetal wasn't that popular, I could see playing 3-3, but Toxicroak is just so crucial right now in that Lucario and LucMetal matchup that I don't think we really have a choice but to play 4-4. Now we play 4 Crobat Vs, that's just a necessity. We only do play 6 draw supporters, so there's no reason to play 3 or 2 Crobats. We definitely need 4 Crobats. We play a 4-3 line of Eternatus VMAX. I would personally love to play 4 Eternatus VMAXs, however, I just haven't found the room to put in the 4th, and running 3 hasn't been terrible, so that's the reason I'm sticking to the 4-3 line. We do play 2 Galarian Slowbro Vs, haven't really found the need for 3 or 4, definitely want 2, because if we prize 1, we don't get poison damage at all, and 2 just gives us a nice little insurance to work with. We do play 1 of Hoopa. Hoopa is just a really nice basic to sit on your bench. We do need a lot of dark basics on our bench anyways, so Hoopa just sort of sits there sometimes. And also, if you ever hit your opponent with 270 damage and you for some reason don't have any poison damage in play, you can actually go in with Hoopa and finish off the VMAX, which is pretty cool. So I think Hoopa is really good in this deck. We do play a very heavy line of search. We play 4 Great Ball, 3 Pokemon Communication, and 4 Quick Balls. I think this is definitely warranted because we play so many Pokemon. We play 22 Pokemon, which is a ton. So we definitely need those. We definitely need a lot of search options. So 4-3-4 line of search, definitely pretty warranted in my opinion. We play 1 Reset Stamp. I'm personally not a big fan of playing Reset Stamp at all in Eternatus. It just hasn't felt good. But I feel like we have to if we want to have a win condition at all against Baby Blounds. We do only play 2 Marnie, which is a very light count. So if we don't play Reset Stamp and our opponent if our opponent is playing Baby Blounds and they set up, there's a very little chance we can win. So I feel like 1 Reset Stamp is just needed for that Baby Blound matchup. If we don't play it, I think we're just gonna lose. But you could cut the Reset Stamp. Play a little bit riskier, I guess, make the list a bit more consistent. We play 3 Switch. I would love to play 4 Switch, but I haven't found the room for it quite yet. We played 3 Dark Cities to be able to pivot between our Galarian Slowbro Vs and our Eternatus VMAXs. We do only play 3 Boss. I would love to play 4 Boss, but again, haven't really found the room for it. And 3 Boss hasn't felt terribly bad either, so I think 3 Boss is okay for now. We do only play 6 Draw Supporters, 2 Marnie, 4 Research. I wish we could play more researches because I definitely like having that digging potential. But so far, 4-2 hasn't been working terribly bad. Have had some times where I've ran out of draw supporters late game, but overall it's been okay. So we're gonna stick with that for now. We do play 2 Capture Energies, 2 Hiding Dark Energies, and 7 Dark Energies. The reason we play 2 Captures because we do play a lot of Pokemon that we need to search out with Capture Energy. So Capture Energy really speeds up the process of getting out those basics onto your bench turn 1. And in the late game, we play 2 Hiding Dark Energies, so we can, in case our opponent switches out of deactive or something like that, and we need to pivot into the Galarian Slowbro V, we can attach Hiding Dark Energy to Eternatus VMAX, retreat into the Galarian Slowbro V, play a switch, and just get back into our Eternatus VMAX as opposed to playing switch. We play 7 Dark Energies because we want to play a pretty high count of energy, I guess, and that's all I have to really say for the list. And let's hop into some games. Alright, so hopping into our first game here against Max 1 Mil. Good luck to him or her. We do see the dark deck box. We could be up against a mirror, but then again, we don't know until the game has started. We do win the coin flip. I'm actually gonna opt to go second. The reasoning being that I want the most potential to dig for those the turn 2 270 damage, and in order to achieve that, I do believe we need to play a draw supporter turn 1 in order to dig just that much. To get the turn 2 270, we also need assistance from our draw supporters to get out those Croagunks and stuff like that on turn 1. So I'm actually really liking going second with Eternatus Poison, specifically this build. If you're playing the Zig version, you have an excuse to go first because the chances of you getting out what you need turn 2 is a lot higher than us getting out what we need turn 2 since we're playing Poison and if we go first. I hope that made sense. So it looks like we're up against some sort of Dark Box sort of build, I guess. There's a Crobat for 2 from our opponent. They actually could have thinned out a card with Viridian Forest. I guess their hand is pretty good. Maybe, I guess. I think our opponent's... No, just a pass. Alright, we don't see a single Hydreigon from our opponent. Or a Weavile GX, something like that. Something to accelerate Dark Energies. So, I don't know what we're up against, to be quite honest. Gonna start off with the Great Ball here. Grab out that Croagunk. That's a good start. I think I'm gonna opt to Crobat here, to be quite honest. Gonna start off by benching this. Bench this. Attach the Dark Energy here. Go for the Rapid Fire Poison, because there's really not a reason not to. There's no way our opponent's gonna be able to KO our Eternatus V the following turn, so I don't really know what I want to Quick Ball away here. I think we can actually Quick Ball away the energy because we do have access to Viridian Forest for now. Definitely gonna go for that Crobat here. So we didn't prize any Eternatus VMAX. We prized a Toxicroak, prized a Crobat, prized an Eternatus V. Prize cards. Prized the Marnie, prized Hiding Dark Energy and a Dark Energy. Alright, that's not bad. Yeah, I think I can just go for a Crobat here. To be quite honest, I want to Quick Ball this away, but at the same time, I don't want to Quick Ball it away. Do I want to quick ball the Eternatus VMAX away? I think I am. I think it's an okay decision. We do have 2 left in the deck as well as quite a bit of search, so I think we're okay doing so. Gonna grab another Croagunk. Actually, I think I'm more favored going for Eternatus V here. In case we draw into a way to go for Power Accelerator, I definitely do want to go with that route. So I am gonna grab this Eternatus V out, bench it, and a Crobat for 6. So really strong a start from us. Let's see what we draw into. Nothing terribly great, but we do actually have access to a Power Accelerator, which I do like. Do I want to Viridian Forest away anything before I go for... I want to keep Boss around in case our opponent actually benches like a way to accelerate Dark Energy so we can boss it up the following turn. But to be quite honest, I don't want to get... I think we can actually probably Crobat into some energies, I guess, if that makes any sense. I'm going to throw down the Dark City here without using Viridian Force. I think that's okay here. Going to retreat into this Eternatus V and use the Power Accelerator. Definitely a very optimal turn from us, setting up the Power Accelerator to say the least. We have boss access for next turn if our opponent benches something like a Dino. So that's very good. We're going to use Power Accelerator here. Attached to Dark to the Eternatus V, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. If our opponent plays Hammers, we definitely played around Hammers to the best of our ability by using Power Accelerator turn 1, and that's another great thing about going second with Eternatus. With Eternatus in general is that you can use turn 1 Power Accelerator and just get out 2 energies on the board instead of the normal 1. So if your opponent hammers you, you're actually okay. Our opponent plays the Piers. They search out a Dino. Alright, so it was definitely correct for me to keep around the boss and not Viridian away last turn. Yep, so we're definitely gonna probably boss this up. Unless our opponent benches 2, then I'm fine just KOing the active, to be quite honest. There's the switch into the Crobat probably. Yep, there's the switch into the Crobat, and probably just the pass from our opponent. Or another Crobat, or a Draw Supporter, I guess. They do have access to Dark City. There's the Dedenne. Alright, that makes sense. So, they get rid of a couple of things here. I don't know how... So, either they top deck the Dedenne, they could have top decked the Dedenne this turn, and they actually retreat into the Dino. I guess that makes sense, because they have another one on the bench. Probably gonna calm away this Galarian Slowbro V, and actually go for an Eternatus VMAX here. I feel like that's the optimal play to make. I'm actually gonna evolve the bench one here, because logically it's always better to evolve the bench instead of the active here, because we have Dark City in play. So in case we like whiff KO or something, or in case we want to do something different, we have access to more options that way. So I'm going to evolve the bench one here. I think I'm going to boss this up and try to KO it this turn. I think I like doing that. So I'm going to boss up, because if I KO the Dino, it doesn't really do much for us, because they can just rare candy into another one on the bench, and I think this is a pretty big threat right now, so I'm going to boss this up. Even if we don't KO it and we just hit it, that's sort of okay, I guess. We're going to Crobat here, draw some more cards. Is this enough? 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240. Okay, yeah, we're hitting like just right, I think. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. 210 is the perfect number, so there's definitely merit in me going for that turn 1 Power Accelerator. I didn't even realize the math would add up perfectly. I definitely want to hold on to the Calm and Toxicroak so we can go for a Crobat V next turn, because this hand is sort of dead, to be quite honest. I'm going to attach to the Eternatus VMAX here. Going to retreat into it, take a KO on the active. So definitely pretty solid turn from us here. KOing the 3-prizer definitely feels pretty nice. We do have to be wary our opponent could stand, but there's a Marnie from the prize cards, that's pretty good. There's a Toxicroak, that's even better. There's a Hiding Dark Energy, so really good prize cards. Pulling the Toxicroak from the prize cards means that we can evolve this one and calm away the other one for something else, like another Croagunk or even a Crobat V if we choose to do so. The chances, I don't think it's possible for our opponent to be able to KO our Eternatus VMAX this turn. They would just need so much in order to do so. Again, we could be up against something like Dark Mewtwo, but normally Dark Mewtwo doesn't play Piers. So definitely intrigued to see what we're up against. What did they grab there? They grabbed another Greninja and Zoroark. We can actually KO it this turn, I think. 30, 60, 90, 120, 50, 180, 210. No, we're actually just a little bit short. We need a top deck, a basic Pokemon. Or a switch would work as well, so we can switch into this, boss this up. Point. No, there's a big charm. Alright, that actually makes things a lot harder for us. Yeah, okay. But our hand right now is really good. If they decide to leave this in the active, we can't just punch it. Nope, there's a concession from our opponent. I was gonna say we could punch this, and then look for a boss on the following turn, and that's gonna be it for game 1 against some sort of wonky dark box deck. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so hopping into our next game against, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. Lin, actually I am, Lin08LIN, good luck to him or her. We do win the coin flip like the last game against Darkbox. I am going to opt to go second. I definitely feel like this is the correct choice from us, and this start is really rough, but just think about it. If we went first with this hand, this would have been absolutely atrocious, so I think this really supports my theory that Eternatus Poison players should always go second. Looks like we're up against some sort of Zacian deck, either LucMetal, straight Zacian, or ADP Zacian, probably be my guess, or just some sort of wonky deck that plays Zacian as draw support. There is an electric energy. Alright, so it looks like it is my fourth guess, some wonky deck that plays Zacian as a way to draw cards turn 1. They get rid of a lightning energy. ADPZ does not easily play lightning energy, and neither does LucMetal or straight Zacian, so definitely very, very interested to see what we are up against. Probably some sort of rogue deck, I would imagine. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what we're up against here. Yep, definitely interested. The starting hand sort of poor. No, there's the ADP. What? What are we up against? With lightning energies? Are you crazy? Alright, so it looks like we are up against ADPZ. I don't know, with the lightning energy, looks like this could be ADP Coco, but they play a Zacian as well, so I'm very confused. Yeah, so whenever they pass, we're gonna play the Great Ball, hopefully get out something like an Eternatus V, attach the Dark Energy to it, and probably research. There's the DAA from our opponent. Is the Lightning Energy to use Tingly Return GX? But they can't even use that if they use Altered Creation, so I'm very confused what we're up against here. But definitely very interested. So definitely excited to see where this match goes. Hopefully we top deck something like a Pokemon Communication. That would be really, really good, so we can save one of these Pokemon. Definitely don't want to get rid of an Eternatus VMAX because again we do only play 3. So if we prize one, we could only have one in the deck, which is really, really rough. Yeah, so let's see what our opponent has going for them. There's the Turbo Patch. Does flip tails, fortunately. They could have put the metal onto the Zacian V, which would have sort of sucked. But very happy they hit tails there. Let's see what our opponent's gonna do. They're taking their time. They attach the metal to the active. And there's the Intrepid Sword. Alright. And they do not attach any metal energies to it, so that is a very good thing. There's a hiding dark energy. You can start off with the Great Ball, like I said. Grab the Eternatus V here. Now the question is, do I want to research or not this turn? And I think the answer is I have to, because we are up against ADPZ, so we definitely want that turn to big one-hit KO on the ADP. So I think we just have to dig for it. I would love to hold on to this hand, hold on to the Eternatus VMAX and the energy, but unfortunately I don't think we have the leniency to do so in this specific matchup. Now, this hand is really good. I'm not even gonna lie, this hand is really good. We have access to Eternatus VMAX, we have access to Crobat Vs. This hand is just super good. So gonna start off with the Dark City, gonna bench this, calm away the VMAX. I think we might actually hold on to the VMAX. We definitely want an energy to be able to power Accelerator. Again, this allows us to get an extra energy into play and also allows us to play around hammers. Our opponent plays Turbo Patch. We don't know what our opponent's playing against. They could theoretically play Crushing Hammers. I think no matter what, I'm gonna burn the Calm here, so I'm gonna play the Calm. Search through the deck. We have plenty of Crobats left to work with. A little bit light on draw supporters. Plenty of energies left in deck. I think I'm gonna grab the Eternatus VMAX here. Or I could not. And go for like a Galarian Slowbro V. And then just completely thin out the hand that way. I think I like doing that a bit more. I'm gonna grab the Galarian Slowbro V here. Quick Ball away a Quick Ball and go for a Crobat V. This allows us to completely clear our hand, and in case we don't draw into an energy with Power Accelerator, in case we don't draw into an energy with Power Accelerator, we can go in with the Poison, which is definitely a pretty nice backup plan to have. So I'm gonna Crobat V here, see what we draw into. Plenty of energies, and hey, Pokecom, we can get a VMAX next turn, and plenty of dark energies. You'd love to see it. So gonna retreat into the Eternatus V here and use the Power Accelerator. Gonna attach a basic dark to the Eternatus V on the bench, and yeah, we're looking really good. Hopefully our opponent doesn't Marnie us. If they do Marnie us, that means we only have 2 draw supporters left in deck, and I would love to keep this one in my hand. There's the Electromagnetic Radar from our opponent. What are we up against? They get rid of a Grass energy and another Lightning energy. This is some spice that I don't know about. So, very confuzzled to say the least, but it's fine. Yeah, I guess. So next turn, if our opponent doesn't disrupt our hand, we're gonna combo away the Galarian Slowbro V, attach the Hiding Dark to the benched one, evolve the benched one. The reason being, we get value out of Hiding Dark energy if we attach it to the benched. And we have Hiding Dark attached to the active anyway, so even if our opponent bumps our Dark City, we can still pivot into our benched Eternatus VMAX. So it's definitely correct for us to evolve the benched one here. That being said, that plan could change if our opponent removes their Stadium and the Crushing Hammers away. If they play Hammers, they definitely could Hammers away to Hiding Dark energy. We would probably have to play a little bit differently. Or probably not. We would probably still attach Hiding Dark, combo away to Galarian Slowbro V, and dig for a switch. There's a research from our opponent opting not to bench the Dedenne and getting rid of a Crobat V. What is our opponent doing? Losing a Dedenne GX and a Crobat V is never a good thing. I had to learn that the hard way personally. I don't know what our opponent's game plan is. I really don't. They could have Dedenne'd or Crobatted first and then Dedenne, and they could have dug super hard for that water they need for Altered Creation. I have zero idea what we're up against. Yeah, this is a really weird deck playing. Is this Amazing Box? With ADP, we see the Lightning. There's the Raikou. Oh, wow. What is this? This is this looks like Amazing Box with ADP, but do they have the water energy is the question. I guess they could play Aurora energy theoretically as well. That would also work. There's a Turbo Patch. Hits Tails, that's good for us. Yeah, let's see if they go with the Intrepid Sword. There's the switch into the Dedenne GX. Looks like our opponent does not have anything going for them this turn. Yikes. Alright, let's attach the... There's the concession from our opponent. They couldn't do anything. I guess their deck was a little too clunky. Good idea, but that's not going to do it. And that's going to do it for the video with Eternatus VMAX Poison, with the Poison build of Eternatus VMAX. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are enjoying the content, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, remember to have a good day and stay safe and have a happy Thanksgiving and peace out.